All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Accelerator Lab. Today is the 30th already. Wow, the month is already gone here. For some people, it seems longer than others because they're having to stay in and not have anything to do. For us, though, doing this kind of business, we're still kind of busy. So, the us meaning all of us, meaning me and you and everybody that's doing anything to do with marketing. So, as we get going here, hi Hugh, thank you very much. Let me know that you can hear me and hopefully see my screen. Hi Joseph. So, as I mentioned last week, we went through and talked about the different aspects of video marketing and the different ways of doing videos and how you can do it without even, you can do it without a camera, you can do it with a phone, you can do it a number of different ways. We kind of went through and talked about those aspects. So now we're going to talk about and look at, you have the video, now what are you going to do to optimize it so that more people are going to be able to see it? And that's what we're going to walk through and do today. The other thing is we have a very cool announcement, and let me do this real quick. I think I actually closed it out, but I want to share with you, we're going to be changing up the way that the lab looks and feels. So let me get over here one second. I apologize. I thought I had it open, but I will in just a second here. So as I'm doing that, how's everybody doing? Just kind of let me know, interact with me here. Let me know what's going on with everyone. Is everyone faring okay? Um, Don, Gil, Gregory, Harry, Hugh. I mean, what else is on here? Um, Phil, Randy. Joseph said, doing well, no panic. Yeah, I haven't really run into any panics. Of course, we're sort of up here in the woods. So Hugh said isolated. Randy doing okay, and that's the main thing. I mean, it's a matter of if you're doing the isolation thing and you're staying away from going out and interacting with a bunch of people, then it's going to hopefully it's going to keep you from being in any type of danger. But there's no guarantee, and I'm no expert. I'm just filling in the void here while I'm getting this out. I want to get it so I can share it with you, what it's going to look like, and then we'll kind of get straight into what I want to do is I want to publish this published settings. Oh, there it is. I got to put a link in, Jody. All right, here we go. Boom. So what it's going to look, I don't have the placeholder image up here, but this is going to be the full Accelerator Lab. And instead of having the look and feel of the other one, I've got it broken down. Basically, they're calling them individual courses, but it's taking the content so it's much easier for you to navigate and much easier to go through and find the information that you're looking for. So creating a logo and business cards and getting noticed, elevator pitch, effective ways of taking payments, local analyzer bonus, click view all courses. And so instead of it just being a few things broken into hour-long trainings, we've got live listings directory, low-hanging fruit, selling from afar. So we get cold calling made easy. So they're broken into individual pieces. So it's going to be much easier for you to go in and find what you're looking for as you go through here. So again, it should be open and up and ready, and you should be getting an email that during this week that everything is in place. That's what I worked on it basically all weekend to put that in place. So let me know what you think. Is that going to make things easier for you to kind of navigate and find the things when you go back into the lab? Let me know. Put that in for me. Cool. Thanks, Phil. And so again, like I said, we're always trying to change it up. I'm also going to be changing how I do these webinars. I'm going to go to more of a live stream type feel. I've actually ordered a 65-inch touch board and then got everything set up and where I've got the backdrop and the touch board and the live stream so that it's going to be much more interactive that way and doing a lot more stuff to bring value into the lab and to continue to expand it and grow it. And I have a ton of other things that I'm working on that are going to go in here, like how to build a Facebook audience for $1 a day, how to the little known secrets for getting your content seen on Facebook without having to spend any money on advertising. Tons of different things like that I've done in the past that weren't necessarily part of this, but they're going to be individual courses in here. Now, as you first come in, it's going to, they're going to come in, it'll be pretty much, it's a I've edited the videos from where we did the labs down to just the content. And as I go, I'm going to be streamlining it and adding more to each of the lessons and putting them so that they sort of go in a lesson format. So it really is more of a course. They're calling it a course. I prefer to call it a training. But anyway, so that's what I've been working on, to put all these things in place to make sure that you guys have something that you're able to go in and find very easily. So I don't know if I click on these if it'll go anywhere right now, because it's in the, yeah, here we go. So it's in the preview, but it won't go anywhere once I'm in here. So anyway, it's still in the process of being set up. So now let's bounce back over and talk about what we're here to talk about, and that is video optimization tips and tricks. So right now, you put in one of the box, how many of you currently use video? And when I talk about video other than rep videos and other than ad video, you're utilizing videos that so got Joseph, Phil, or Philip rather, Gil. All right, so you're already using those. Thomas a little, Randy says no. So, and those of you that are doing video, how many of you are, Jeff put it too, how many of you are actively optimizing those videos to work towards getting them to show up on the first page of the search engines? Tom said I had fun doing it, so Phil is doing that. All right, so a couple people, Gil, yep. So some of the stuff I'm going to go through here, for some of you, it may be a scene of it, but I'm going to go through, and I did one today, as a matter of fact, to go through to show, hey Barton, to show how quickly this can be done, and depending on how you go about doing it. So the first thing you have to look at whenever it comes to this is looking at how should you do it. It's the first step. Number one is putting the keyword and location in the name of the video file. So that a lot of people don't really think about that. They just render the video and take it as whatever it is and stick it out there on YouTube. But each one of these pieces, and yes, I am going to give you a PDF that's going to list all of these things out in order. So that when we have these, once I get done with this, I'm going to take all of these pieces and put it into a PDF for you so that you can refer to it much easier. And as we go through, and I'm going to dress it up and make it pretty. The other cool thing that I found is that it's from another person I was talking with, is taking the PowerPoint slides and turning them into an interactive PDF, basically making it so that you have the slides and you'll be able to go through and add your notes in the bottom of the slides as you go through the trainings, right? So the first step is, so I'm doing this one for pet boarding, Marietta, South Carolina. And that's what I want it to rank for. And that's easy to put the keyword in there. So let's say that you were doing this for an auto repair shop in Atlanta, Georgia. It wouldn't be auto repair shop typically. You'd want to look, moving it towards what the content of the video would be for, like, what's a, how often should you change the oil in your car? Being best oil change shop, Atlanta, Georgia. Longer tail keywords, right, to get things to have more of a chance of ranking. So that's the first step, putting it into the title of the actual file of the video. Seems like a little thing, but that makes a lot of difference. The next part is putting the keyword in the title of the video. And like I said, I did this one this morning. I don't know if it shows the date here, but you'll see it whenever I go over and we go over and take a look at it. So I put Marietta SC Pet Boarding Kennel. It doesn't matter if you put the city and state at the beginning or the end. It just, as long as those words are all in there together. And yes, I did one. So pet boarding is a little vague. Yes, pet boarding is a little vague. It's too global, right? Trying to get something to rank for, and we'll look at those results in just a minute, because if you just put pet boarding in, there's like 20 million results. Trying to get a video to rank on the first page of the search engines with 20 million results is going to be kind of tough. You want to look for keywords that have less than 300,000 results in order to have the best chance of getting a video to rank. Now, there's some other keys that go in there. You want it to have less than 300,000 results, but yet still have a map and still have ads on the page. There's some keys there to going through to do that. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but when you do it right, it gives you the ability to make it show up. We're going to dig into that a little bit more. So I've always thought Google puts more emphasis on the first words. It doesn't matter as long as they're in there, right? So if you go do a search and put the words in any order, it will still pull them up. It may not be as good, and you'll see in a minute, but putting them in there, however you put them in there, however people are searching for it, is what you'll want to do. So I put in Marietta SC Pet Boarding Kennel. You can put in Pet Boarding Kennel or Pet Boarding Marietta SC. I added kennel in there because the first one I did was dog and dog kennel, and I put Marietta SC Dog Boarding Kennel, and I didn't take kennel out whenever I did the title. So that's why it says Pet Boarding Kennel, because I don't know if it's a kennel whenever you're boarding sugar gliders or not. That's what those little animals on the page are over there. They're little flying squirrels. And yes, everything that's on here is something, and we'll go through the video in a minute. Everything that is on here is something that we actually have here. So step number 2 is put the keyword in the title of the video on YouTube. The next thing you want to do is you want to put the phone number in the title of the video. The reason that you want to do that is because when you look at it on Google, and let me just go over and see if it's still there, because like I said, I just posted it today. Here we go, Marietta SC Pet Boarding Kennel. If I scroll down, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the other thing is, I haven't done a lot of the other stuff I'm going to tell you to do to this video. I posted this video so 6 hours ago, and it's on the first page. And I actually did some things wrong because I was in a hurry, just trying to get it done because I had so many things going on. But I did it all caps. You don't have to do it all caps. But here, whenever you see it, you don't even have to click and go to the video to be able to pick up the phone and call. Now, this isn't a real number, obviously, because we don't actually have a pet boarding kennel. We just have a bunch of animals. But the reason you want to put the phone number there is so that they can call without even having to go and watch the video. So put the phone number in the title. Next is put the keyword in the description of the video. Now, there's people say it different ways. Some people say put the URL in before you put the title in. Others say put the keyword in first and then the URL. I tend to lead towards putting the URL first because whenever you do that, it shows up. That's not the one I want. Here we go. It shows up here, right? tinytransformationfarm.com. It actually shows you the URL without having to, and it doesn't show the keyword. That's why I like the URL being first. It makes it easier for them to click on if they actually go to the video, like here. You can see the first thing you see in blue is a hyperlink, and so you can click on that and go to the page, because that's really where we want them to go, right? We really want them to go. Yeah, it's great that the video is there, but what we're really wanting them to do is go here and either pick up the phone and call, or click this link and go to the website that we're putting the video there for. And every time you do this, because the other thing we're doing here is every time you put the URL in here, and every place you post the video with the video URL and with the website URL, the more backlinks it creates and the more juice it gives from an SEO standpoint to the actual website that you're looking to have there. All right, now, back over here. So putting the keyword in the description of the video. And then, I'm sorry, the keyword, you also want to put, did I miss putting the URL in? Yeah, I just skipped right over it. You want to, along with the description, you want to put the URL in the description. So I kind of double do there, right? Next is, go through here. You want to put the keyword in the tags of the video. Now, they've done it a little differently because everything changes. Now, whenever you go to put a video in, this is where the video, this is sort of in the basic option, basic aspects of it, is you have to scroll down now, and actually when you're adding the video, you have to scroll down and open a drop down to go down to the tags to add a tag to the video. It's almost, they make it sound like it's not that big of a deal that you to be able to put the tags don't really do that much. But here's the thing. I would rather err on the side of having the keyword in the tags than not having it there and something not ranking because I didn't put it in there. The other thing that gives me a hint that it's still important is because right now, if you go look at a video that's not on your channel, if I go here and just go to, let me go to a different one here. Like, so here we go. No concrete fence post install, right?
This profile gauge can be used.
If I go over here and I click show more, it doesn't show me tags anymore. All it shows me is the category is how to and style. It's got a bunch of links here that they're trying to send you to because they're affiliates for what they're showing you here. But the don't know how to build a fence. Anyway, but you can't see the tags. That's because I'm on Firefox. Let's see, Gil said it used to be if you had your competitor's name in the tags, it'll show up in their recommended video feeds. It still can. The reason I say it's still important, the reason I think it's still important is if we come over here to Google, not go to Chrome, and I go look at a video. So for instance, if I go to look at dog boarding, let's say I wanted to do something, get dog boarding Atlanta, Georgia. This is the top ranking video for dog boarding in Atlanta. And it's got 3,000 views and it was posted 2 years ago. So chances are it's got some the keywords there are something you want to look at. These others that are 7 years ago, 5 years ago, they're ranking, but it could just be from the length of time. This one is only about 2 years old, and so if we go look at it now, if I'm in Chrome,
located in West Midtown, Atlanta.
If I come down here and I open show more, look at this. It doesn't say that they're tags, but these are the tags that they have on there. Dog boarding Atlanta, Atlanta, dog daycare, dog kennel, dog grooming, dog bathing, dog parties, dog products, dog spa services. So, I mean, it could be that they rank, I didn't even think about putting it in for dog parties, Atlanta, Georgia. We'll see what's on there if I look at it in just a minute. But the reason that I'm able to see this is you see this little deal up here, it's a tag. I click on that, it's tags for YouTube. This can, so on tags for YouTube, it's a Chrome extension. So if you go into the Chrome extension, where am I at? Here it is. On your extensions for Chrome, you can add tags for YouTube and actually be able to see the information and see the tags now. So they, and they have the tags in the body. The tags are a separate piece of it. They're a separate piece of the video. So we come over here to the video details, like here, this is my video. So I can see the tags and I can add more tags in here if I wanted to. Right? It's because it's here. You can't see them in other people's videos unless you have that, unless you have this extension of tags for YouTube in order to be able to see what their tags are. It's called term slurping or tag slurping. I don't like to call it tag stealing because you're not stealing them because they still have the tags. You're just sort of connecting to them. You're slurping them. You're kind of like putting a straw in their drink, right? So you're using their tags in your videos because it has a more of a chance of ranking if you do that. Again, and all of this, you can never tell anybody that you can promise them that you can get a video to rank on the first page because we don't own Google, we don't own YouTube. All we can do is follow the steps that we have seen that have worked in the past in order to have the best chance for getting a video to rank whenever someone's searching for it. Right. So now we'll go back over to, I apologize for it not being the old fancy zoom, fade in and out because it's because I'm switching back and forth between screens. All right, next is the tag the location of the video. It's, if you're just posting something to post something, it's not really important that it's tagged. But if you're posting something for a business in a city, you want to put their city on there. And so here I've got, you can actually put the exact address if you want to, but in this case, it's just Marietta, South Carolina is close enough because that's the Marietta that I want it to rank for. Because there's Marietta, Georgia, Marietta, Ohio, Marietta, Oklahoma, Marietta, Pennsylvania, Marietta, New York, Marietta, Texas. There's a bunch of different Mariettas. So just having Marietta is not good enough. You want to go through there and put South Carolina. Now, it doesn't show up in the basic settings. Where you have to go to do this is in more options. When you come into more options, you can put the recording date in there if you want to. Distribution, you can make it only on monetized platforms if you want to. We want it to be everywhere. And this is where you set the location. It's right here under more options. Then on the category, I put pets and animals because that's the category it is. You'll want to select the category that's the most most applicable. If they're doing FAQs, what you'll do is come down here and put how to. You can put it under how to and style, because it really is a how to. Now, if you're doing one for oil change, autos and vehicles, pick the category that's closest to it. If something doesn't fit, you can either put it under people and blogs or how to and style, for sort of as a catch-all if it's not specific to what it is that you're doing. Going to show number 5. Thanks for saying that. All right, so number 5 is put the keyword in the tags of the video. That's where we went through to find it using the tag viewer, and then we put it into the tags on there. Again, and remember, what we're doing here is we're optimizing it basically for search engine optimization. We're optimizing the video on YouTube. We're also making it so that, I mean, Google's job is to give us the most relevant response to a question that we ask it. And the more we can make this look and feel like what is going to be relevant content. Now, again, this isn't a perfect example. I'm going to show you some examples, because here I don't have a transcription of the video. I don't have the description in here, a lot of these things. But again, I was doing this to show how quickly you can actually get one ranked if you follow just the basics of this. So again, that's number 6, is tag the video. Got it? So you don't have to put the state in the keyword. It's in the keyword. It's just not in the location. See, I got Marietta SC Pet Boarding Kennel. SC is the state. When we come up here, when we were talking about the video details on the location, it doesn't let, I mean, it doesn't matter if I pick Marietta, Georgia, or if I pick Marietta, South Carolina, it's going to put this, it puts it in there. It doesn't add the state. Because even if I put Marietta, I have to pick something after that. So by me selecting SC, doesn't matter what state you select, it's still just going to show Marietta. You have to be comfortable that it's putting it in there. So that's number 5. Number 6 was the state. Number 7 is, and this is what I was just alluding to, number 7 is make sure you have a long description if the video contains FAQs or SAQs. A lot of times whenever I'm showing a client that you can get a video ranked, I'll take it and I'll put it on my channel, because my channel has so many views and has such authority. I can get something ranked pretty quickly. Doesn't matter really where it's at. And I'll show you some examples of stuff I did last year that still show up on the first page of the search engines. But in this case, you know, it's this one I was doing one for storage rentals in Greenville. This is now not there. I was just doing it as examples. And with this, it was, you see I've got the link here. And the link that I did this one for the barn lot, he didn't even have a website. It was just a Facebook page. But I had the description. You want it to be between 300 and 600 words, and you only want to use 1 to 2 keywords per 100 words in the description. Now, some people say, well, if you do a 1-minute video, it's not probably going to be 300 words. That's okay. You can add some more to that, because you're only going to be doing probably about 10 of these things for any business at a time. That's the $3,900 package that I typically do, is the 10 videos. And I go through and make them for different keywords, and I'll add to that, because you can take information, you can go find information and kind of and spin it for the content of what you're talking about. In this case, I was talking about why they should use a storage rental. I mean, I didn't even know this when I first bought my first storage unit. I didn't know that you didn't. All you had to do is pay the first month's payment, and then they finance for 3 years for you, and they deliver it. You pay 1 month's payment. I was floored. So I was doing these videos for that, and it's amazing. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these buildings on our property now, from just me going there and finding this. My office is in one. We have a tiny house next to our house. Vanessa's office is in one. We have a craft cottage that's like 14 by 24. So what people want to know is, okay, so in doing that, how do I get the transcription? I don't want to take the time to write all that stuff down. Well, the good news is you don't have to, because there is a service called rev.com. There's probably other ones. This is just the one that I use, because I found it to work very well for me. And it used to be $1 a minute. Now it's $1.25 a minute to convert audio or video to text. And it actually is pretty cool now because they used to just, here's the transcript. Now the way they do it, I'm gonna go see if I can find one and show you. They actually put the video up in the upper left-hand corner, and they put the transcript in there so that you can play it and you can see everything in the transcript as you're going through it. They'll also do captions, they'll do foreign subtitles. Now, if you don't want to pay $1.25 a minute, the third thing is if you're doing a video that's about 1 minute to 2 minutes long, it's not a big deal. Now, when we do the transcripts for the lab, this is basically the same service we use. So you can imagine each one of these is around 60 minutes long. So each transcript that we're sending over is like what, 60 and then 6 again. So it's like close to $75 to get an hour of transcript done. Now the thing is that you can also, if you don't want to spend that, you can get a rough draft for only 25 cents a minute. It's about 80% accurate. It's machine generated. So you can do that and then go through and make the changes and adjustments and optimize it yourself. For 25 cents a minute, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I guess you could use a program like, was it Dragon Naturally Speaking or something like that is probably what they use in order to do that transcript. So you can kind of look at it from that standpoint. But again, you get transcribed 300 to 600 words in the description with only 1 to 2 keywords for every 100 words of content in there. So that's how you want to do the FAQs and SAQs. So Otter is free or paid subscription that you use your phone to record the voice of the video. Otter is iOS and Android. Okay. There was another thing I saw. There was another one. I'm trying to remember what I saw that would kind of do the same thing. I mean, I think it's amazing that with the iPhone with voicemail, that I love that it does a transcription on the voicemail, so I don't even have to listen to it. Because I can read faster than I can listen to people leaving me a voicemail. So the same thing here. A lot of times, in the end, it's just giving the content and putting it in a way that Google is going to see as being important and relevant. Is this what we're wanting to do as we go through here and do these things? The next step in this, number 8, is make sure you have your website in the first line of the description. I thought I missed it earlier, but again, put that in there, and you want to make it a hyperlink. So you want to put the http:// if you don't have the SSL, or https:// to make it an active link. And think about it this way: it's a hyperlink. It's like having a hyperchild that's very active. You want it to be so they can click on it. If I just put tinytransformationsfarm.com, it wouldn't go anywhere. It would just be basically it would stay black. It wouldn't turn blue. You want it to turn blue so they can click on it and go to the website. Randy said, I use this all the time and it's 99% accurate. All right, I'm going to put that in the chat over here. I'm going to post it on the screen too here actually so that people can see that. Oops, grab it. There it is. Accurate HTTPS. Oh, I guess I need to get rid of accurate. It kind of ran together there. Well, app.trent.com, is that it? That's what Randy shared. Let's see, Jim said, I use it for 5 to 6 webinars a month and email myself. Okay. And Randy said, I'm recording you right now with it. There you go. Hey, the teacher can learn as well in doing this. So I'm going to put that there so that it stays. But yeah, app.trent.com. I'll have to go check that out and see how it works. Maybe a better solution than all the other things that we're utilizing. And when you go to Tiny Transformation Farm, let me go over here. Basically, you click on the blue, and it would take you over here to the farm. And yeah, it's a dog. I know it looks like a gremlin, it looks like a Furby or something. We don't get it wet, and we don't feed it after midnight. And it weighs 3 pounds, and it's 2 years old. But this is when I say we have a ton of dogs, we have a ton of dogs. So that's where we go. So it looks like we are a dog boarding kennel, and people would believe it if we sent them here. But anyway, I wanted to make it look as real as possible. But we have, again, if you actually go and Google this, Marietta SC pet boarding kennel, you'll see the video. It's got all the different animals that we have here. on the farm. But anyway, so make it a hyperlink. And then you want to optimize the YouTube channel, right? You want to open a new Gmail account for each niche to use for the channel. Now, basically, you might want to look at it as each client. A lot of times, a client will already have a YouTube channel, and if they do, and it's been there for a little while, it's going to be best to put it on that channel than to create a brand new one. Now, as nice as it is to have, basically, is to have the Gmail account and the YouTube channel with the niche in it or the keyword in the title, if they've been around for a while and they've already got a channel, it's going to work better than starting from scratch. And it's going to keep you from having to do some of these things. But if they don't, this is how you need to go about doing it. Open a new Gmail account. You want to subscribe to several newsletters to make the account look active. Where do you go to subscribe to newsletters? It's really easy. I always go to Fox News because you can sign up for 3 or 4 different ones from them. I sign up to things like Duluth Trading, Auto Anything, Harbor Freight. You can subscribe to to Strategic Marketer. You're going to get emails. So anything that's going to send you emails. Now, the other thing is you don't have to ever go look at it or worry about what the emails are. You just want to do it. It's kind of like warming up an email for if you're utilizing a cold email system like Prospect Rocket. You want to add a few calendar events to the the Google Calendar, and then add some documents to the Google Drive to add more credibility. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. To go through and do that, it just makes it look more realistic. The other thing is, I would let it warm up for a week, kind of like you have to do with those cold email, because that's going to, before you start posting videos, it's going to add to the ability or the likelihood of this looking at the channel as being relevant and being an authentic real account. Then you want to include the #1 keyword in the channel name if they don't already have a channel. Add channel keywords. Add a photo that fits the niche. In the case, typically, whenever you're going to be doing this for a client, you're going to put their logo in that photo. Add a cover image that fits the niche. If only we had a way of doing that. So obviously, if you have social covers, you can do that. If you don't, there's free tools out there like canva.com that you can use. It actually has a template size for creating a Facebook page cover, for making a YouTube channel cover. So, and you want to also, you can make those consistent. It doesn't really matter for ranking the video, but a cover image that fits the niche is going to make it as well. And then set up a feature video. You can make it the most important video on your channel. And again, like I said, it's all of these pieces. It's not any one of these things. It's all of these things together that starts to give it more relevance in order for it to start moving to where it's going to rank. Let's see. All right. I'll come back to that, Gil, in just a second. Amazon Polly is a service that turns text into lifelike speech. Okay. I'll put that one up here. I'll go back and I'll put them at the end. I'll put both of those in there as we get towards the end. Right, so the other thing is, listening to myself, I say all right, and so too many times. I got to work on that. I'm not making it up as I go, but I'm not reading from a script, so I put filler words in there. I got to work on that. Now, there I just did it again. All right. Other optimization factors. And again, I had this set up to kind of come in like really pretty, but the first is views. Email your list if you have one and have them watch the video. Ask them to watch it all the way through. Ask them, and now your list isn't going to basically do the next thing I'm going to tell you to do, but you ask your friends to watch it all the way through. Email your list if you have one and say, hey, I've just released a new video, really help me out. Go take a look at it. We have a new special. We have a new thing. We have a new, if you ever had wondered about how to change your oil, check this out. Send it to them. Embed the video on sites that get traffic. And I've got that sort of in 3 as well, but if you have any other sites that you own that you can put that on. Announce the video on your social media channels. It just makes sense to make a post about the video. Ask your friends to watch the video all the way through. And if they're really good friends, ask them to watch it on iPad. Excuse me. Ask them to watch it on different devices. Watch it on their computer. Watch it on their iPad. Watch it on their iPhone. Because the analytics from YouTube, seeing that it's being watched on different devices, increases its relevancy. I know it seems kind of crazy. See, real content with clear images beats BS content with great graphics every time. Absolutely. So, next is encourage subscribes, comments, and shares. I don't see this hardly ever anymore, especially on local videos. You know, ask for subscribes, comments, and shares in the video. So at the end of it, you can make it, once you get past the content, but on the end of it. So if you like this video, be sure to click the subscribe button. Let me know what you think of the video and share it with your friends. Always ask. It's kind of like asking for referrals, right? If you have to always get in the habit of always doing it, it'll make it so that you always, that it helps. It gets more people to do that. And I don't do it enough myself. I'm not talking about referrals, but as for subscribes and comments and shares, and I need to. I'm going to be cranking out a bunch of content here coming up in the next few weeks. That you'll be seeing it kind of as we broadcast it and put it different places. Yeah, I'm going to be the eye candy as we go through doing some of these things. Ask for them in the description. And again, a lot of people don't read it, but it's one more place that you can put. Please, leave a subscribe if you like this content. Don't forget to subscribe up at the top. Leave a comment, share it with your friends, and in the email asking them to watch the video. Whenever you send the email and ask them to watch the video, ask for them there as well. I'll come back to that, Hugh, in just a second. So where am I at? Okay, here we go. Video syndication. Post a video on other sharing sites. I'm going to share sharing sites here in just a minute, but you can post them on Vimeo. You can post them on Facebook. You can use TubeMogul to put them in different places. Again, that's a paid subscription, but it does post them in places for you. Pinterest, you can put them in RSS feed, LinkedIn, Facebook. Always add the YouTube URL in the description any place that you're posting the video, because what you're doing is search engine optimization for the video itself. But over time, whenever you're posting it on these other places, you want to put the URL for your website in there as well, but make sure you're putting the URL for the video on YouTube in the places that you're sharing it. Also, embed the video on other high-ranking sites like blogs, press releases, directories, anywhere that that customer has that they can post things. You want it to be there. It's worth it to also go ahead and create a blog for them. Create a blog for them separate from their regular website. You don't even have to touch their regular website to create a blog for them. You can do it on Blogger. You can do it on WordPress. Vanessa, my wife, swears on using Blogger because guess who owns it? Google. I've always used WordPress, and I just do plain Jane, little simple blog because you can actually, when you put it in there the right way, you can actually get ranked from being on the blog post as well. That's a whole nother training that we're going to go into. But when you look at the video sharing, there's more places than YouTube to put them. So this is an article, and I'll put this in the chat down here so that you can go to it. And again, all I did was went and, why is it not? There we go. The 15 best video sharing sites. And I went here, you want to make sure you look for one that says for 2020 because some of these sites kind of come and go. So you want to make sure you have a list of the ones that are currently available. So Daily Motion. I was posting on Daily Motion 10 years ago. MetaCafe. But Daily Motion established 1 month after YouTube and continued to be one of its main competitors. I don't think there is a competitor to YouTube, but it gives you another place to go post that video and then put the link for the YouTube video under there. Again, you want to do some of the same things there as well. There's videos that I have that that show up that for like what's that popping sound that I talked about for the chiropractor. If you go and look at it, most of the ones that you can find in the video search now are on profiles that I made. You can make additional profiles. You can make a different profile on YouTube, a different profile on Daily Motion, on MetaCafe, so that you're posting it on more than one profile. Vimeo. The thing is, if you look at most of the videos that are in the knowledge base, And those are the videos that are in anything inside of the local Genius members area. Most of those videos are hosted in Vimeo because you have more control over them. But you can post the videos on Vimeo. VHO, that's been around a while as well. You can basically, anything you can post the video there. Crackle, and yes, I'm going to give you a list of all of these as well in the listing. The other thing I'm going to do is I know that some of you have Prospect Rocket and you have access to go and with a list of all the places that you can go and get the newsletter subscriptions. I'm going to put that in the PDF as well that I'm going to post with this. DTube uses blockchain technology. 9gag, this one fairly new. I haven't really heard much about that. Twitch, you got IGTV, which is Instagram TV. Open Video Project rather. You have BitChute, PeerTube, and it goes on. There's 15 of them. Interactive Archives, and what I like to do is I compare them. I look at different ones because this one is the 15 best alternatives. And again, it's 2020 on here. It starts off with Dailymotion, Vimeo, and it has the pros and cons. Metacafe, Vivo. Vivo's not listed on the other one. Vivo is what I always see it is for music videos. You have Twitch, Interactive Archive, 9gag, VHO. So a lot of these are basically, the Flickr is still around. PhotoBucket, believe it or not, is still around. But PhotoBucket is like a social sharing, social bookmarking site where you can share photos, but you can also share videos. There's DTube again, IGTV, Open Video Product, Facebook search bar, PeerTube. So I'm going to put both of these in here. This one is down here. All right. So posts not coming through chat. It's in the chat box. They're not in the question box. It's over on the right-hand side. So it should be down if you have to open the chat box up. Let's see. This is a lot for 398 ad video. I would think this would be about a $200 upgrade. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's a lot of work for an ad video. Absolutely, I agree 100%. Because the thing, remember, with ad video is you're putting it out there and you're buying views, right? Through using traffic fuel, using the 10x ad video strategy. What this is, you can definitely do that and do this as well. But yeah, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I do 10 videos for $3,900. Now, I'm typically shooting the video with my phone, coming back, editing the video very easily, very simply. I use ScreenFlow to do the editing. I just put a banner on the bottom. I'll go show you an example of a video here in just a minute if you want to see one of the ones that I do. And I did them pretty much as a test, but we do that. I do that. I don't spend more than an hour at the location. If you don't want to shoot the video and don't want to go do it yourself, you can hire somebody off of Fiverr, but off of Craigslist to get a wedding videographer that's not busy on a Wednesday or Thursday and have them go do it. And they'll usually do it for $150 an hour and give you the raw footage and put that in place. But I do it for basically it's for 10 videos, it's $390 a video. So you're doing a $398 ad video, but I only do a package of 10 so that I'm getting the $3,900 up front. But again, I don't ever sell just a video package. It's along with the other pieces that are going along with it. So some people say that I'm not charging enough, but I always only do them in packs of 10. I don't do one. And the reason I don't do one is because I'm also sharing video optimization, that I'm doing video optimization with that. Granted, you're doing syndication with ad video, you're doing syndication with rep videos, you're doing syndication with expose. This is taking it a step further whenever you're doing this. So I mentioned before that there's some of these that I did just as examples for customers, and they're still on the first page. So this is one. This is chalk paint, Salt Lake City, Utah. Again, it's for what it is. It's a pretty broad keyword for chalk paint. You can see you've got Annie Sloan, premium chalk finish, Renaissance. You got the shopping up here. You have the 3-box with Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, Easy Builders, Ace Hardware. That's who we're competing against. You got Drab to Fab on Facebook, stock list, and you come down here to videos. Here is Chalk Paint Salt Lake City, posted on January 16th, 2019. So that video has been out here for a year, has nothing fancy about it. And I'll click on it and go show you. And all I did is I just did a screen share, would put some music to it, a screen grab and put some music to it. You know, all I've got, I don't have any description. I just got, there are 2 chicks in a tool belt, Chalk Paint Salt Lake City, no comments. And I just took screenshots off of their website. Now, this has been capitalized and have their phone number. And so you might be thinking, well, Jody, it's only got 17 views. How great could it be? But the fact is if I had their phone number on here, I purposely didn't because I wasn't selling them the video, right? I was doing it I was selling them on the concept of doing the videos, actually for someone else, and having the phone number there. Again, this Annie Sloan is a big, this is HDTV. So it ranks right up there, and it has, on a search term, that has 1.7 million results. Here's another one. This one is actually to show you it also works. It used to not work very well in Canada. I think, who is it? Is it Hugh? No, it's Tom that's up in Canada. I did stuff in Saskatoon, and man, it was for a mortgage broker, and it was like pulling teeth to try to get anything to rank. And I mean, you couldn't even, would you do a research for PPC using Google CA? There was just nothing really worked that well. But now, glad to say that, like this one, best commercial thermal imaging. This is in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and it's on the first page. This one was October 11th, 2019, and it's still on the first page. And what I do is you can start off with a long tail keyword. And the reason I like to start with long tail is because you can basically, it will rank for shorter ones as well. So there's no reason to make a short keyword. Make it as long as you can to still make it so that it makes sense. But best commercial thermal imaging specialist Saskatoon, it's long. But if we go to drop down, commercial thermal imaging, it's still there. Let's drop another word. Let's just go to thermal imaging specialist Saskatoon. It's still there. Let's just go to thermal imaging. It's not there. So it needed the word specialist in order to show up. We go to the second page. It's on the second page. That was without me doing anything other than posting it on my channel. Because you can say, we go look at it, there is no optimization other than it's on my channel. I have 180 subscribers. I did put more here because it wasn't ranking. So I put safety. I just copied stuff off of the website. So it's not even original content, but I just put more content in there. I put it under science and technology, and it's still ranking on the first page a year later. Now, there's other things that we've done for them because thermal imaging is just one of the things they do. They do a bunch of other things that they're actually, that other than thermal imaging. I'm just using that one as the example. See, Jeff said, holy shnikes, that chalk paint just moved something in my brain. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, see, I mean, it's amazing what it can do whenever you just put a little bit of time and effort into it. Again, but the other thing is, the reason I do 10 is because I can't guarantee them which one is going to show, which one or which ones are going to show up and when, because I don't own Google. As a rule, I look for keywords that have, again, less than, if I go back here to go back, how many did that have? See, this one has 288,000 results, and because it's Google CA, it's got the French up there, I guess, and resultants. If I go to this one has 1.7 million results. If I look back over here at, where was I at? Oh, I was on. Where did I lose it? Here we go. This one, 395,000 results for it to show up within 6 hours. Actually, it showed up. Let me go see if I can find this. I've done so many screenshots here in the last day. You want to see what happens when I'm building stuff? Look at the screenshots in the last few days. But I did a screenshot this morning. What time did I do that? Let me find it at What did I do it? There it is. 9:39 this morning is whenever I did that video. Get the image to open. Here we go. So you can see here, if I blow this up, makes it very grainy, but 7 minutes. It took it 7 minutes to rank on the first page. Now, granted, it's dropped down from there and it'll bounce around. The other thing is, you don't want to call somebody up and go the first day when you post and go, hey, look on the first page, because guess what they're going to do? They're going to check it in the afternoon. They're going to check it the next day. They're going to check it in the next couple of days. You want to give it about a week because it's going to bounce around as it's being indexed, right? Because it's going to bounce around. But if I do this right now, if I refresh this, there's no guarantee that it's still number 6. Let's just see. I'll go ahead and refresh it real time. Yep, it's still there. And the other thing is, though, if I get rid of kennel, let's see if it's still there. Yep, it's there, but it's at the bottom. So it's got one less word in there. I'm going to put boarding. So again, get back over here. I think another question came in. Nope. What was that? So Jeff says chalk paint got him thinking. And the other thing is, you'll see this from time to time. I can't tell you why some pages have 3 videos and others have 1, unless it's just the number of videos that are there. But they do from time to time. But again, it's ranking on a page that has shopping, it's got the map, and it's got other videos on there. If we come over to thermal imaging with this one, that's not the one I wanted. I go here. So for thermal imaging Saskatoon, it's not there, but if I go to thermal imaging specialist, there's videos, there's images, Home Depot. So it's still ranking on pages that have multiple results. And if I go to here, like this one only has 275,000 results, but it does have a map. It's got an ad. It's got, when you look at the top, it's got Yelp, it's got Petbacker, Rover.com, Yellow Pages, and Angie's List. If I go back to Pet Boarding Kennel, it's the same thing. Yellow Pages, Yelp, Angie's List, and my YouTube video. So it does have the power of doing that. Cool. All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to any questions that anyone has on any of the things that we've talked about or anything else within the Accelerator Lab. And I will go going through and putting together, I'll get the video rendered, we'll get the transcript as always, and I'll put together the PDF that has these steps, and I'll actually add more to it than what we went through. Actually, we talked about it all, but I'll have the individual images as we go through here. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to be here. If you would, if you have time, just if you could put a few words in either in the chat box or send me an email about the lab as far as what it's done for you, what it's meant for you, or if you like it, with the things you like best about it, it would be helpful for me. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jeff said, you really just do a screen share video or shoot on your phone. That's all. I promise that's all I do. Okay, let me show you. I did it with my phone. Let's go to break, repair, Malden, SC. I don't think it ranks anymore because I just did it for the, let's see where it shows up at. So let's go to videos. Here it is.
My name is Joe with Sarks Automotive. One of the questions we get asked a lot is, when I'm driving my car, I press my brake pedal, I hear noise. Obviously, when you hear a noise and you press your brake pedal, there's probably
People were talking in the background. This is just to show that it works.
Number one, you can do more damage if you keep driving your car. So
again, it's just a that or a screen share. Either one will work. It doesn't have to be a person talking. It can just be a screen share. Just says, in doing some work for a prospective client you want in your biz and ranking them quickly, a good strategy to use. Yeah, I mean, it blows them away. I do it all the time. Like I said, I've done it for, if you look at my, on my videos, I mean, I've done it for orthodontist in Denton, Texas, a allergy specialist in Crum, Texas. I've done it for a realtor in Torrance, California, for tons of them. If I go here, just go to my channel. Here's fitness location, home automation. We go to all videos. Virtual reality, matchmaker in Riverside, California. Hospice care in Artesia, California. So here's the mortgage broker in Canada. So yeah, I do it just about every time. This is for auto repair. But yeah, it's easy to do if you have a channel that has not this relevance, that has authority, right? Because like I said, with my channel, I don't know if it does it anymore. It used to, what did I purchase? Anyway, it used to be on your channel, you could see how many views total there were. Because I've got almost 1 million views on all my videos, I think, something like that. I've got one video that's got 500,000 views just on the one video, but it has authority, so it's why it ranks quicker. Just like when we do stuff for clients, we go to Green Elephant social media and Green Elephant agency. And that's where we put we put basically most of the review videos on Green Elephant agency. You see we have a ton of those, ton of 5-star review videos. We got orthodontists, we got a moving service. So again, it gives it authority by having that in place. All right. See, I never have, and this would close people so fast with all our tools. It's a huge sale. Yeah. Again, and it's something that really doesn't get talked about too much in the full mastermind. I kind of do it in the lab, because the lab is for every aspect of marketing. It doesn't matter if you have tools or don't have tools. What I'm doing here is giving you ideas and giving you information that you can take and utilize without having to have anything else other than just a subscription to the lab, because you've got the local analyzer as part of this, and then by utilizing different pieces. One of the ways that we do videos with rep videos is take a screenshot of their review and then do a voiceover of it using ScreenFlow. You can use free tools to do that as well. So yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that just kind of gives it pop, and it's always a nice little adder into your package. And like I said, whenever I do, just like I closed 2 deals last week for, one was a $5,000 setup and $3,000 a month, and the other one was a $2,000 setup and $1,800 a month. They both had videos in the package. The one had them spread out over time for doing them. They basically did it on the monthly installment plan for the videos, although they were committed to 10. But yeah, it can help you do that very quickly. All right, well, thanks everybody for taking the time to be here with me and to do this. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Now I got to get busy and go to work coming up with the PDF so that you have all these steps in place. Let's see. Greg said, I really wish I had this agency lab and info process training a long time ago. Wasted so much time and money trying to figure out the things that I have and had no clue how to do. All right, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that very much, sir. Let's see. I said, how fast do you promote the 10? I do them like, I do 10 at a 10, I do 10, and I'll do 3 right off the bat, and then I'll do like 2, 2, 2, 1, just kind of how to space them out. All right, Jody, what do you use for a screenshot? Any tricks for guide to setting up? All right, what I use for a screenshot, You can use screencast and do a screenshot that way, but what I do is, because I have a Mac, is I do Command Shift 4, and it gives me this little thing here, and I just highlight whatever I want to screenshot. You can use Jing, you can use screencast in order to capture a screenshot. I would just, Hugh, I would just Google how to grab a screenshot if you use a PC. Time-wise, your delivery window. When I sign a contract with them, I tell them we'll shoot the 10 videos usually within the first 2 weeks, and then they'll be released over time. And I don't really give them a full timeline. All right. Richard said, thanks, can't wait for the replay. You got it, Richard. There was something else. What else was I going to? Oh, setting up the YouTube channel. Yeah, Hugh, I'm going to put together not Hugh, it was, yeah, it was Hugh. With the YouTube channel, it's really simple. You just have to have a Gmail account. You just go in there and sort of follow the wizard of setting the thing up. And again, it's in this section here about what to do with setting the channel up. But I'll go through and do a video and put that in if that would be helpful for you to do. But basically, if I go to a Gmail that doesn't have one, I'll go through and show how to set up a YouTube channel. I'll make a video for how to do that for everyone. But it's pretty simple. And then you can actually go online and look on YouTube and how to set up a YouTube channel and make sure it's a more recent one, and they'll actually walk you through that. But I'll see if I can get that done for you this week. All right, can you use the print screen button on a PC? You can, Joseph, but what that does is it prints the whole screen. I like to have the ability to, and then you have to put it somewhere and edit it or crop it down. Here's the easiest thing to do. All right, so if you want an easy way to crop it down, let's say that's what you have to do. Hugh, do you have PowerPoint? Let me know if you have PowerPoint. I'm gonna show you the really easy way, if you do a print screen, how you can crop that down. So I want to put this over here. This is some of the new stuff, some of the new icons I've been working on. And you can see I use PowerPoint for everything. I use PowerPoint as my graphics tool. I don't use Adobe Photoshop. I don't use any of those things. I use PowerPoint as my graphics tool. I think I said I would do a session on all the things I do in PowerPoint. Let's just go insert, new slide. I'm going to put a blank one in. I delete these things. Boom, boom. And I'm going to do a full screen, excuse me, screenshot. So let's say I just want, I want to do the whole thing here. But all I want to do is I just want the information that's here. I don't want all this garbage around here. So what I'll do is I go open my Finder and I find, what time is it? It's 5:04. Here's 5:04. Actually, I got to go to my PowerPoint. There we go. 5:04 p.m. Drag it in here, and boom, you see it covers the whole screen. This is all you have to do to edit this down. So if you have a PC and you have PowerPoint, you can do this is the easiest way I know, or you can use Canva. Hughes said snipping tool on desktop. There you go, same thing. So do the same thing, but I just go right click and come down here and hit crop. And this is so cool. I can go here. And click out of it, and now it's cropped. That's all you have to do. And all you gotta do here, if you want to put it anywhere else, you can just do, say you wanted to put this in another presentation, you wanted to send it in an email, you just copy it and paste it right off of here. Not the whole slide, just what you have highlighted. All right. So do we set up multiple YouTube channels for different topics? I would say it's a different YouTube channel per business, not per topic. It would be for a niche. Because like I said, you don't do a different one for oil change and a different one for tire rotation and a different one for transmission repair. That all goes under auto repair. So you do one for each one. All right, very good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, guys and gals, for taking the time to be here. It's been my pleasure. I'm super excited to send everybody over the login credentials for the new lab, the way we have it set up. And it's what I wanted to do from the beginning, and now I finally get to have it the way I want it, to where it is actually much more functional and the content is in an easier way for you to consume and to get to and utilize. Very good. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.